Margaret, congratulations on the movie. Could you tell me a little bit about your character, Miss Chen?
So my character is the cool adult. I'm like the guidance counselor who is helping Mandy to really look to see if there's like more choices and possibly another way for her to look at her future, and just trying to help her out. She's very close to Mandy, which is really, I think, important. And I really love the energy that she's bringing to this sort of conversation of, it doesn't have to be like, your life doesn't have to be this one thing. It can be lots of different things.
Yes, and in the movie, there's a lot of talk about Harvard. When you were making the movie, did it bring back any memories of your college applications?
Well, I didn't go to college. I went straight to School of Life. I really missed out. I'm sad that I didn't go to college. I actually think that was something that I would maybe entertain doing now. But it's interesting to me, how something like that can so define a person, that you can look towards I need to go to this one school, or I can't look at anything else. I can't do anything. Everything else is going to be equal failure, and it's that's not the case, but people get so fixated on one idea of what that success is.
Yeah, there's so much pressure on young kids, teenagers these days with college applications.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And what was your prom experience like? Do you remember that?
I went to prom in the actual 80's, and it looked like that. We didn't realize we were retro.
You're
retro then.
Yeah, you're recreating your prom experience.
It was so funny because looking at also all the promposals where they're referencing The Breakfast Club or Back to the Future, to me, those are retro, but they're actually present time. It's like time has stood still. It's so funny how some things that you relate to from your own childhood, really, they're so long ago, but it also doesn't seem that long ago for me.
Exactly. Do you remember, did you have a prom pact or anything like that?
Well, I went with my best gay boyfriend, and also a bunch of us went together. So it wasn't really like a date situation. It was like a group of us. And that sort of took the pressure off. And I wore a vintage wedding gown, and we were all very goth. So it was a very goth prom.
Oh, I love that. Do any of the characters in the film remind you of real life characters when you were at school?
Well, definitely Mandy, because Mandy is just so perfectly that very driven personality, that type A. Success is really in her sights, and that's something that I'm very familiar with, that kind of a person. So she really rang true to me.
And what teenage movies like Prom Pact did you grow up on?
Well, all of the John Hughes films, and I think my favorites are probably Pretty in Pink, and then also Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Ferris Bueller is interesting because it's really out of the school setting and looking at the kind of being young and kind of all of the things that getting ready to be an adult and what that means. And so to me, those films have a lot of impact.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for talking to The Buzz. Appreciate it.
Harvard is my life's ambition. Help me figure out how to get in.
You need a killer letter of rec.
Your team captain, Graham Lansing!
I can't believe I'm about to say this. What about Graham Lansing's dad?
The Harvard alum senator?
So the plan is we stage a run-in with the most popular guy in school at a party that we were not invited to, and then ask him for a gigantic favor.
Easy peasy.
You okay, Ben?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?